If he can stay a friend, I really like him. I'm scared he'll make a move though. After riding back from the mall, I walk across the grounds to stretch my legs. It's Hamilton. Oh, hello, Professor. Did you have a good day? We need to talk. What's wrong? You tried to use magic today in the mall. Did you think about what might happen if you had succeeded? Huh? How does she even know about that? Never display magic in front of those who cannot use it themselves. I didn't. There are protections in case of accidents. Do you understand? This is very important. No magic in the wall, or anywhere else where normal people might see it. It would have been nice if they had told me that earlier. I asked Virginia if the locals at the mall would notice us. Nobody's better than I at our outfits. Because this is a very serious issue, I have to assign 10 diamonds. I don't want to, but this affects us all. I understand. Well, I'm glad that awful business is out of the way. This won't be a problem again, right? And really, it isn't fair to use spells to cheat, even if those machines are cheating you first. They are? Have you ever seen anyone win? You would need a finely tuned reflexes and a deep knowledge of machinery and physical reactions in order to deceive a prize. Oh, an amazing amount of luck. Let me know if you can manage it. She flashes me a twinkling smile and walks away. Oh shit, it's Virginia, and she looks pissed. What are you doing back here already? Whatever do you mean? You mean you weren't you on a date with Damien? Did you come to your senses? I told you 100 times already. It was not a date. We just had dinner like friends. But he didn't he? Ah! Why are you beating your head against the wall? Oh shit, did Damien used to date her maybe? But that doesn't really make sense if William and him are fighting all the time. Maybe she likes him secretly. I don't know. Well, don't expect any sympathy from me tomorrow. Why would I? Scores! She stalks off into our room. What on earth was she talking about? Cool. Let's say... yeah, let's go to next week. Morning. Flies up in the halls have informed us that there will be a special assembly for all freshmen this Thursday. No class activities can be scheduled for that day. What should I do? I should... Let's see. I have 14 blue. Let's do 1 white, 1 black, 1 sleep, 1 black. And then blue on Friday. Bonjour, Miss Cherries. Today I want to talk a bit more about otherworld creatures in general. Because our worlds are connected, they can cross over just as easily as we can. But in this world, they are not native. They are weakened and bound by their nature, just as we are when we travel the other worlds. Every spirit in this world must follow a set of rules. Not the same set of rules though, that would be too simple. Rules of behavior vary depending on the type of creature and the method it used to reach our world. If you cast this summoning spell, you can get some of those rules yourself. If you understand the rules that a creature is bound to you, you can easily defeat it. Most of you will have heard of vampires being repelled by crosses. That won't work for all vampires, but for some it's an easy weakness to use. In later years, you will study many types of otherworld creatures to learn this sort of law. Now, to continue with your lesson of white magic. Hey, 1 point. And gone with all stress.
Ellen is in the room, systematically taking clothes out of a dresser, then putting them back in. What are you doing, Ellen?
I'm folding my clothes.
Yes, I can see that, but why are you unfolding them first?
Because they aren't folded properly.
All right. I guess everyone has their quirks.
Right, that wasn't weird at all. Trigger sets off a simple delayed effects or trap within the caster's current location. Can be dangerous. Right. Oh, assembly.
On Thursday morning, all the freshmen are gathered together in the gymnasium.
Good morning, my bright young things. Today is a special occasion for all of you. You're going to get to practice what you've learned and try out some spells on each other without the pressure of a test or grade. This is an important lesson because in future exams you may come up against other spellcasters. You need to know how to use magic in combat and how to avoid magic being used on you. Will everyone please team up in twos?
There's some jostling and shuffling around. Ellen and Virginia pair off, and I end up standing by Virginia's brother Donald.
Hey, score! That's perfect.
Please pay.
Oh. Please pay attention before we begin. I want you to take turns casting spells at each other and blocking them. This is not a battle, and you're not trying to defeat each other. Think of it as a game of catch. One of you is a pitcher, and one of you is the catcher. You can only pick when it's your turn. So defenders must only defend and not attack. Also, please don't interfere with any other pairs. That includes casting spells that tend to be messy. No fireballs or ice storms, please. Target only your partner. hand to deal with any injuries and accidents. If you hurt yourself, please call for help. I'll be right here. Have fun! This sounds incredibly safe. Have all the students in the gymnasium cast a bunch at each other. That's the perfect plan.
Fun? I turn to face my partner.
Ladies first.
I, I'm not sure what to cast. I've never done this before.
You can do push spell, right?
No?
You should be taking more classes.
That doesn't help right now.
Yeah, well, there is a lot of little spells we didn't learn in class. Some are easy, pretty easy. Tell me what you can do and I'll suggest something.
Donald shows me a simple spell to change the color of a small object or part of a larger, so I can use it to turn his nose blue.
Alright then, are you ready?
3, 2, 1. I start to cast a spell, but suddenly a wave of cold sweeps over my body and I can't move. The spell fizzles, uncast.
I wasn't sure that would work. It'll wear off in a minute, probably.
I see set iron 3 shortly, but my fingertips are still tingling and sore.
Alright, it's my turn now. Are you ready?
I suppose.
And the dread. Yeah, cast disruption. Did it work?
Did what work?
Did you fail me sepia?
No. I suppose my spell worked. We worked together for a while, trading spells back and forth. Then Donald holds up his hand and leans in close to whisper something.
I've got a great idea. When I say go, you drop to the floor and cover your eyes. I'm going to cast something over your head.
Oh, okay.
Go!
On cue, I duck and cover. There's a whooshing noise and a burst of heat overhead, followed by screams.
Donald, what are you doing? You're in trouble now. With your flaming dragon was very impressive.
Oh, I missed the fire dragon.
I did specifically tell you to avoid large spells. If poor Elizabeth hadn't managed to get out of the way, you would have hurt her badly. like he cares. This is very disappointing. You've always been so careful in your creativity. Why take such a risk?
Yeah, defend Donald, of course. Professor Putnam, I wasn't actually in danger. He told me to get down, and I made sure I was out of the way before he cast it.
Oh crap, did we just give him away? That's like the worst defense ever. You knew he was going to do?
Yes. I knew he was going to do something, and saying this should get him out of trouble, right?
Well, I suppose that changes things slightly. Detention for both of you, then.
What?
It's only fair for both conspirators to suffer equally. And you did know that you shouldn't cast such a large spell, but no demerit, since no one was in real danger. Perhaps the two of you can use the time to come up with some more interesting way of showcasing your skills for class.
Yes, ma'am.
No problem. Try to be good now. Jacob puts Mr. Elias down.
She hurries off to deal with someone else. Luckily, there are no major accidents for the rest of this session.
Cool. Yay, 1 blue magic points.
On Saturday morning, the mail and...
Oh, right. I give up to my detention. Let's actually save. It's been a while, I think. Miss Grubbington. Grubbington. Wow, I'm really on focus today. I don't know why. Miss Hummington. Miss Denson. Must I be forever burdened with this nonsense? Since you are both being punished for the same offense, you will receive the same punishment.
He points to the tables where two very large glass jars filled with pebbles are sitting.
You will each take one jar. You will take out each pebble individually by hand. You will place each pebble on the table, forming two separate stacks. After you have removed each pebble, you will write down the total number of pebbles that were in the jar. Then you will return all of the pebbles to your jar by hand. I have ways of detecting whether or not each pebble has been touched. Do not attempt to shirk. Do you understand?
Sure.
And if your count is off or you attempt to pocket any of the pebbles, I will lock you in this room with no food and water until Monday. Get on with it.
He stalks out of the room, closing the door behind him. What's the point of this?
Boredom, that's all.
Great.
Sorry I got you into this.
You didn't. It was my decision. I mean, it wouldn't have been right to let them think they were trying to hurt me when you weren't.
Well, yeah, I knew I was going to get busted for it, and I didn't warn you.
If you knew you would go into trouble, why did you do it? Well, I better get to work. At the end of the day, I've counted and recounted the 432 pebbles, and my neck hurts. But at least I get to leave.
Don't get to talk to him anymore. That's kind of sad. Go to next week, I guess. Elizabeth,
Yes?
do you like theatre, plays?
I don't know why. Well, I do like theatre and opera.
Well, the drama club is doing Medea this week, and I kind of want to see it, but I don't want to go by myself. What?
And, oh, are they doing Medea?
Yeah, the classic Greek tragedy. It's about a witch whose lover betrays her, and the terrible things she does for revenge.
Oh, it isn't a fun story.
Yeah, that's why they call it a tragedy. They're doing it on Friday and Saturday night, then I was thinking I'd rather go on Friday.
Is it free?
No, it's $5 for students. So, do you want to come? Of course we'll go with you.
Oh, sure, all right.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
I'd better figure out what else I'm going to do this week.
Let's keep doing blue and white. I think we need to max out those a little bit more. Blue magic. 1 point. Crappy, but I'll take it. 2 points. Distraction causes the target to be temporarily confused, forgetting to act in the following moment. It's kind of fun how they've spent so much time coming up with spells in this game when you more or less never use any of them. It's a nice touch. Failure, of course.
I'm getting ready for dinner when someone knocks on the door. Oh,
Hello.
hello guys. What's up?
Want to earn some easy merits?
Doing what?
Batching and baking with the candlestick making. Batching? That's not the right word. It could be. She's a horse. You ever been kicked by one?
What did you want me to do again?
You already said. Are you in or not? Of course I'm in.
Fine, you lead on. The boys lead me to a classroom with a stove set up at the back, normally used for potion making. There are several pots and collection of metal cylinders on the floor nearby. They don't have lids, and they're not the right size for any pipes I know of. What are they?
There you are. Now, if you'll just hold still for a moment.
A wave of green magic rose over me.
That should improve your resistance to heat and stop you from burning yourself too easily. Of course, you'll still need to be careful. Especially you, Mr. Piper. Yes, ma'am. Well, you have an instruction sheet here with all the steps, including the proportions for the dice and fragments of points. Do you have any questions? Very cool. Alright, I'm going out for a while, but I'll be back shortly to keep an eye on things. Don't worry, I won't interfere. I might even bring my knitting.
She walks out, leaving me with two boys who obviously haven't told me anything. What are we doing here?
Making candles. It's for the fundraising thing.
What fundraising thing?
The school sells stuff at the mall to raise money.
Oh, so she's not still mad at you about last week then?
Who? Potten? Nah, she never really mad. She loves me. If she loves you that much, why doesn't she marry you?
What?
She's an old lady, a goon.
She's not that old, but too old for you, I'm sure. And we shouldn't talk like this in case she comes back.
Wait, candles.
So, how does it work?
Set up the wick, melt the wax, pour it on, then cool it down. Easy. You can cast a spell seal, right?
No.
Alright, you run the wax and Luke can do the wax. Sure. Okay, the wax is set up in double boiler. Make sure there's always water in there and keep an eye on the temperature. If the wax gets too hot, it will explode.
Explode?
That's why pots don't heat us. Yeah, just keep an eye on it. As long as you're watching it, we'll have time to catch it before it starts going wrong. When the wax chunks are melted in, mix it with the oil and the color. Then start with a wooden spoon.
Have you done this before?
No, I read the directions. It's not really that hard. Once the pot is ready, you can pour it into the molds.
And what are you going to do while we're working?
I get the hard part, you'll see.
Working together, Luke and I assemble and fill candle molds.
Alright, stand back. Here I go.
I can feel the magic in the air, but I'm not sure what he's doing. What is that?
Shh, hang on now.
He still casting it? Okay, this is a tougher spell than usual. A minute later, he relaxes.
There you go. You can cut off the ends now.
I look inside the molds. Not only has the wax cooled, but it shrunk in away from the sides of the mold, completely evenly.
You can't cool it all at once or it collapses. And you leave it too cool on its own, it shrinks full of holes. So it's tricky.
Couldn't you just shape the wax around the wick in the first place without melting it?
It wouldn't work right afterwards. It wouldn't blend right.
And so we produced a nice set of candles. None of the steps are terribly difficult, but done over and over, it is tiring.
Wonderful work, little ducklings. 10 merits for each of you.
A job well done.
Yay! We failed though. That's a little bit. Is that 3 points of blue? That's nice. Evening, hallway.
Ellens and I meet outside the gymnasium. There are a lot of people here, not just students, but ordinary people and families who must have driven up here to see the play. After we buy our ticket, we can go inside. Folding chairs have been set up in rows across the gymnasium floor, facing the stage. Behind the stage, a giant backdrop painting hangs on the wall, displaying marble pillars and steps to suggest a fantasy of ancient Greece. At least it looks like painting. It's probably an illusion. That's got to be a lot easier than having to paint something that huge. We find a place to sit without anyone too tall in front of us. After a while, the show begins. It was every bit as tragic as Alan suggested, and bloody too. Nice special effects though.
Yeah, that's usually what happens in the theater. There's special effect. I guess magic. Hell hath no fury like woman scorns.
Isn't that Shakespeare?
No, it was someone else. Cosgrove, I think, from The Morning Bride.
So, what's that one about? Another story about murder and revenge?
Sort of. It's complicated. Let me see if I can remember. The rebel kidnaps the princess, but then they fall in love and get secretly married. But then there's a shipwreck and she's washed up alone and rescued by her father, the king. So the king wants to marry her off, to his ally, and she doesn't dare tell him she's already married to his enemy, and she thinks the rebel will follow is dead anyway. Only he's not, because he was washed up somewhere else and rescued by a queen who falls in love with him, and the king falls in love with the queen, but they're enemies. So everyone loves someone who loves someone else, and, and they all try to murder the people they think have betrayed them, and then they feel guilty and try to change their minds. Only it's too late because the plots are already in motion, and they all end up getting killed by their own assassins. So the moral is, I guess, that revenge is dangerous.
Or else, don't change your minds.
Even if the man treated me like Jason, I would never do what Medea did.
Well, of course you wouldn't do that. But if someone I loved betrayed me,
They should be punished. Sure, they'll be punished.
she took it way too far. But Jason deserves to suffer for the way he treated her. You can't let people get away with that. He should have been punished.
I suppose.
You know what they say. Don't get mad, get even. Just, not by killing people. Bad plan. I hear someone nearby snicker, but when I turn to look, I can't tell who it was. Half the audience is still milling around after all.
Anyway, thank you for coming with me.
No problem.
Cool. What should we do? Let's say. That's fine. Let's end it here actually. I guess what?